In this video, I'm going to show you how to create realistic looking people talking like in this video.
One day, you're not going to be able to tell that we're not real.
AI is about to cause huge amounts of disruption to the world we live in. Are we ready for it?
I don't think so. But it's coming.
So to break down the video, we're going to go through how I generated the starting images using Grok and also then how I upscaled them. We're then going to be using Google Veo 3.1 to turn the images into videos using the start frame feature. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to use ElevenLabs' voice changer to basically make the dialogue from the Veo 3.1 output sound a lot better. Right, so first we're going to head to Grok, and the reason why I'm using Grok for this video is because they recently did an update and I heard some rumors that they were producing some good images, and Grok doesn't really get a lot of attention on social media, so I thought I would give it a go, and I was actually very impressed with it. Right, so firstly you want to head to grok.com and then just select create image. You then just want to put your prompt down here. I had already saved one of my generations, but all I did was typed in a close-up portrait of a middle-aged woman in a vintage indoor setting. And what I discovered about Grok, it is just so fast. Like, it is just generating these images on the fly. So it's not like you just do 1 or 2 or 4. You just type it in and basically you just scroll down and it just generates more. And some of these are pretty good. Like, they look realistic and you click on one and then it just generates more. And I've talked about in the past where like Dream, I don't like the fact that like all the women or the men just look kind of the same. In this one, the results and like variability of the models is just some of the best that I've seen. Like, no two models look the same just from this basic prompt, and this is absolutely perfect for just starting out finding an image. Literally just type in such a simple prompt and just keep clicking through and essentially just find images of characters, women or men or models, whatever you want to call them, until you're happy with it, and then all you do is just basically download it. I will say they are not the highest of quality. I think they're 720p, and that's where we just go into the next step. So once you've found all of your images here of the characters that you want to go into free pick or any platform where you can access the Dream model, and we're basically going to upscale them. And so I'm just going to show you what one of the images look like that I downloaded from Grok. So as you can see here, not the cleanest of image, right? And what we're going to do is we're just going to drag this into the image reference here and just put replicate, keep everything the same, Dream 4K model, and click generate. And so right, these have now generated. This one not looking the same, but if we look at this one here and if we pull up the preview, I would say that is pretty like for like, and we have got a little bit of an upscale. Like, some of the details on the face are a little bit better here, and you know, this is now a 4K image, and sometimes I find that when you like upscale, it makes the image look waxy or worse. I don't think this has done too bad a job here. We've still got the details of the face here, and I did some other ones as well. So we've got this lady here. Let me just pull up the Grok one. As you can see there, I would say that's been a positive upscale. Not a huge amount of difference there, but a little subtle improvement that I think is worth doing. You can also head to enhancer or use the magnific upscale, but I just find that sometimes these are just not really needed, because when you take like images that have like really fine details on the face, like they look great in images, but when you convert them to videos, you just lose all of that detail. And it's kind of like, what's the point if the video quality is just going to degrade all of the details that I've just basically created on the image by like using credits to upscale? So I just think sometimes it's not that worth it unless you're doing like super macro shots, or like your starting image is not fantastic. Like, these starting images like from Grok are pretty good. They look realistic, and so the Dream way of upscaling is now just producing them to be 4K higher res, and it's still just maintaining all of that realistic detail that we had on the lower res version. Right, so once you've got all of the images that you're happy with, we're actually going to head into ElevenLabs today. So they have actually just released image and video. It's in the beta. I didn't actually know this. They haven't announced it. I just turned on my account. It was there. I was like, fantastic, more credits. I have like a big boy account, a scale account. So what we're going to do now is I created a little script that I wanted to do for this video. I was just kind of going for like a dystopian sort of vibe-ish. My script was, one day you're going to be able to tell that we're not real. AI is about to master the world we live in. Are we ready for it? I don't think so, but it's coming. I kind of wanted to just like each character to say each sentence to kind of break them up. Obviously, Google Veo 3 and 3.1, you're going to do 8-second generations unless you're you're using Google Flow. So that's important to consider. So, you know, that's where I felt like, well, I might as well switch everyone each sentence just to create that like coherence and consistency. And to get started, it's pretty simple. This is the first one that I tried.
I am and not real. One day, you're not going to be able to tell that we're not real. What the means for society, nobody knows. But it's coming.
So all I did here was basically said a video of a woman looking directly into camera and saying, what I like to do actually is put some text and some dialogue just before the part that I want her to say, because otherwise then they end up just diving into it or they just mess it up. Like I want her to just be like talking already. And then I've said, then a pause and then one day. So
I am and not real. One day.
So
one day real. One day.
So we've got a slight pause there to give me enough time. You don't have to do that. I just like to do it.
You're not going to be able to tell that we're not real. What the means for society, nobody knows. But it's coming.
You can also see, and one thing you need to just spot here is the eyes, the generations, sometimes
you're not
like,
be able to tell.
You can't tell where the fuck is she looking? Like one eye is like looking at me, one eye is like looking behind me. I noticed this a lot. It happened in one of my other generations, is that I think as humans, we can really see when like people's pupils like aren't pointing like directly at you, like, and then like slight differences in one pupil looking this way and one pupil just looking this way. You can just see it as a human. And I just noticed it more and more and more.
What the means for society,
with different generations, like, yeah, you could just see it if you just look closely. So be careful of that. And so basically what I did was I just started splitting up my script and just working through some of these. Here's another one.
I am and not real. One day, you're not going to be able to tell that we're not real. What the means for society, nobody.
I think it's my favorite one because the voice that I changed it to on ElevenLabs was the best one.
Not real. One day, you're not going to be
I've also noticed their hair. The hair doesn't move very much here. Like the hair just.
What the means for society, nobody.
The hair doesn't fucking move at all. Like that's one thing as well I've noticed is that like hair, not fantastic. Like look at this one.
I am and not real. One day, you're not going to be able to tell that
hair is
real.
just not acting how it's supposed to act. To get the voiceover, it's pretty simple. You just put it in quotation marks. You can actually just put the whole prompt in quotation like this one and it'll just speak. Look, and what that means society, nobody knows. So you can either, or you just go woman saying. I find it doesn't really matter too much. For my simple edits like this, where I'm not actually getting them to move around and do anything. They're just literally there speaking to the camera. Super simple, just in quotation marks. Works really nicely. And so the next part is the voiceover. So.
And what that means for society, nobody knows.
I said in my last video, one of my other videos, 3.1 audio has improved, but it still has just this VO sound to it.
Society, nobody knows. AI is about to cause huge amounts of disruption to the world.
It just has this tinny, I hate it.
I am and not real. One day, you're not going to be able to tell that we're not real.
It just has this very distinct sound. Like once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Like whenever I see a VO video on socials, I know it's a VO video because of the audio. Once you can just tell, then you can just tell when videos are made by AI. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into ElevenLabs voice changing. And what this allows you to do is basically you can just drag and drop a audio or video in and change the voice. So I'm just going to drag and drop one into here. By the way, I'm using this video here, if we just play it for you.
And what that means for society, nobody knows. AI is about to cause huge amounts of disruption to the world we live in.
It's also got music in the background as well. Right, and so now what you want to do is you want to head over to voice and you want to just find the one that suits it. And so the best thing to do is go on explore voice library. I've just got a tab open here. What you want to do is you go on filters. You want to go on choose languages. We want to go down to English. We want to go on accent, American, female, and then I'm going to go just middle-aged here. I'm going to go on apply filters, and then I'm going to start just
my gentle well.
It has been said that I'm going to read.
Hello and welcome.
just finding the one that I like, and then basically you just add it to your voices, or you can basically then just type it in here. So for this voice, I believe I use this one here, Elise Johnston Pro. So then all I do is just go on generate speech, and once that's done, I can then play it down here.
And what that means for society.
So if I just play those both, and you'll just see the difference. It's not a huge amount of difference, but it's enough to just make enough of a difference. So this is the audio from the original Veo 3.1 video.
AI is about to cause huge amounts of disruption to the world we live in.
And then this is the audio that's being converted by ElevenLabs.
AI is about to cause huge amounts of disruption to the world we live in.
And what you'll find is the voice that you put in and the ElevenLabs voice, when you put them together, the ElevenLabs voice doesn't just completely replace the input. It kind of like mashes them together to create this new voice. There are some settings that you can change on the right here, like stability, similarity, style exaggeration, basically controlling whether it sounds like the original audio or doesn't, or like how each generation changes. I honestly found it didn't make too much of a difference. Like if I wanted to convert myself into a female, it really like holds my voice still. So just be cautious of that. But if you could just find a voice that sounds like the one that Veo generated, which is usually well matched, you've then got the perfect voice to swap it with, and it should sound fairly realistic. But yeah, once you've done that and you've matched all of the clips up, you should then be ready to, piece your video together. Hopefully this video kind of just give you some different ideas and different steps to introduce into your workflow to help you produce realistic looking people that are speaking, so you can create some cool stuff with Gen AI. But thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a comment if you have any questions. But if not, I will see you in the next video.